Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new video. This is going to be the first trimester vlog and recap. I'm actually quite impressed with myself how I remembered to pick up the camera as much as possible, but I'm currently right now filming this a couple weeks into my second trimester and I haven't yet picked up the camera. So first trimester vlog went very well and I'm yet to start the second one, but it's fine. I'm gonna make one because I feel like I loved watching these when I was in the first trimester. Like, I liked watching the first trimester ones and I'm gonna like watching them now. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's helpful when you feel like you're alone in certain circumstances or how you're feeling, what's happening to your body, stuff like that. So they're always interesting to watch. So hopefully this helps some people that may be just interested and wanting to know what it's like in the first trimester, or if you're in the first trimester, or if you've got kids or whatever and you just happen to be on this video. So I hope you enjoy. But first of all, before we get started, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Skin and Me for sponsoring this video. I wanted to talk about Skin and Me a little while ago actually, to be honest, for months, because I've actually changed up my ingredients in my daily doser because obviously I'm pregnant. When you're pregnant, there's a lot of shifts. There's things you can't eat, there's things you can't put in your face, there's things you can't do. Everything changes because you're a lot more sensitive. There's rules and regulations and whatnot. Well, no one's is the same. I've always said that. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know I've been working with Skin and Me for a really long time now. I'm a huge fan of the brand and I just love everything about this brand. It's just the best. But if you've not heard me talk about it, I'm going to quickly recap. But you fill out a consultation on Skin and Me and you tell them all your needs, everything you want to achieve in your skincare goals and what changes you want to make. There is a mirror behind you, that's why I'm looking. And you can fill out whether you're trying to conceive or whether you are currently pregnant. So the last couple months there has been a shift in my ingredients because when I was using it through the summer, I actually had trying to conceive, which you guys wouldn't have known about, but it's fine. Everyone's products are different anyway. Everyone's got a completely different percentage of ingredients, but that's why it's so amazing. Like, it's literally skincare designed for you. So one person might want help with their pigmentation, one person might want help with their texture, one person might just want their skin to be a little bit brighter, and you fill out this form and they design the skincare specifically to you and your needs. Also, I'm sure you've seen one of these before because I do think it's like the most popular skincare at the moment. Everyone, all my friends, family are on these, but your name is customized on the product, which I just think is a really cute touch. And then if you haven't seen the daily dose, so this is what it looks like. So you use it in the evening and you get, I don't want to waste any, but when you twist it, it gives you your exact amount, so you're not wasting any. You've got the exact amount that needs to be on your skin because there is a right and a wrong amount. You don't want to be putting too much or too little on. God, it is really kicking in how out of breath I get now when I talk. But it gives you the exact amount and then that is what you're going to put on your face. The only thing you have to do is obviously alert them if you are trying to conceive, if you are pregnant, because please, it's really important that you remember your ingredients might need to change slightly when you are planning or having a baby. So let's quickly talk about my skin the last couple of months. I have had little breakouts, I'm gonna be honest. It's not been awful. I actually want to do one of them videos where it's like going through the old wives' tales of whether I think I'm having a boy or a girl. And I was talking about it with Aisha, my friend, the other day because she is also pregnant and we now know she's having a girl. And she said that her skin's been breaking out quite a bit. And obviously one of the myths is that if you break out, you're having a girl. Because girls take your beauty, the boys, like, you stay beautiful kind of thing. And I've been breaking out more than I normally would. But I do think Skin and Me, my products and my skincare and just keeping it short and sweet and concise does really help. So I've been breaking out. I don't know if you can see, you can probably see marks from where I've scarred a little bit on my chin, which is obviously so hormonal, and then on my chest. That's been the worst. But then other than that, I feel like I've been quite lucky, so maybe that means boy, or like I said, maybe it's just my skincare, and it's one thing that I feel like I am really, really good at. I do keep my skincare on point. And one more thing I just want to add, I am a lazy person. I am so tired. Being pregnant, I'm so much more tired. So having skincare that is so quick and easy, like it takes me 2 minutes and everything I need is in this. So if you are a mum, literally you don't even have to be pregnant right now, you're like, oh, I don't have time for an 8-step routine, this is where it's at, because it's quick and easy and you have time to do other things. So obviously I have a discount code for you all. It's Sydney YT10. So Sydney YouTube 10. I'll leave it on the screen. I'll leave it in the description box. And that gets you your first daily dose up for just £3.50. So it's a really, really, really affordable amount, just so you can give it a go. See if it's something that you're going to enjoy. Like I said, you've got a month's worth here. It's a really good amount to be able to test, a good time frame, and it's normally $24.99, so you're saving yourself a hell of a lot of money, and I promise you won't be disappointed, and in the long run you end up saving so much more money because, like I said, there's no need for that 10-step routine anymore. But anyways, that is me done. Oh my god, I'm wearing blue and pink. I find out the gender this month, guys. By the time this video is up, I found out the gender this month. How crazy is that? Literally have like 3 weeks to go. Let me know in the comments what you think I'm having. My mind changes honestly every single day. Like I said, I want to do that old wives' tales video and kind of see if anything matches up, and I feel like it'll be interesting once we know the gender, if it's accurate or not. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. This is also possibly my last clip in my ensuite, because by the time this video is up I would have got the keys to my new place. I'll probably still be moving most of next week, so there are moving vlogs coming as well. I just feel like life is really busy at the moment, but I can't complain. Everything's really good, and enjoy my first trimester video. I hope it helps some of you and just gives you a little bit of an insight, because I went into all of this with literally no clue. So if you're like me and you're literally weeks pregnant, here's some things that you've got to come. Bye guys. Today is currently the 22nd of July and it's Friday. I've literally just landed back from Ibiza and I'm currently on my way to dinner with my friends really quickly, and then to tell my nan that we are pregnant, which is so weird to say still. Well, we've not really said it out loud much, to be honest, because we literally found out the night before we went, which was the beginning of the week. But I'm very nervous right now, and I thought, you know what, I love watching people's pregnancy videos and their vlogs when they're in the stages where you can't really talk about anything, so like the first trimester. Again, so weird to be saying these words, but I'm sure it'll get a little bit more normal with time. So I thought, you know what, let's just start, because this is a very monumental moment. Probably the person, oh, I don't even know, this is the person that I am most excited, nervous, like I can't believe I've waited 4 days to tell her. And she's gonna be like, why didn't you tell me straight away? But I literally rang her that night to check if she was on her own, and she wasn't, and I just really wanted it to just be her with us. So I have a feeling my uncle's there tonight, which is fine. In my head I was thinking we'll just let Cassie's parents and my nan know for the first couple of weeks, because it's so early. We're literally, well, the pregnancy test says 1 to 2 weeks, but one other person knows actually. Liv Guy knows, well, Liv Aldridge, and that's because the day I found out I was on my own and Cass was at work and I wasn't going to see him for like another 8 hours, and I just panicked and I just needed to speak to someone, and we'd kind of been speaking that week. Her and a few others of my friends knew we were trying, so I just rang her, and she said she knew straight away, because I was just like, are you busy, can I ring you? And yeah, so she knows. So literally Liv, Connor, her husband, and Cass and me, we're the only ones who know right now. Oh, it's still just the craziest thing, and obviously it's actually been nice. I think we'll look back and we'll be really grateful that the way things worked out, because we had Ibiza to just be in a little bubble and not have anyone to talk about it with, just us two. So this is going to be my first trimester vlog, if you haven't worked that out. I'm going to just collate clips that I can. I'm hoping I can get my organisation skills down to a T, and I need to basically get all the clips off the camera, because I'm filming alongside this, telling people and their reactions. Obviously I'm on my way to tell my nan, but that won't be in this video, that'll be a different video, that'll be telling friends and family. There's a lot, it's a lot going on, and I've actually decided to start this vlog whilst driving, which is chaotic enough, but I just wanted to say welcome, update you on the situation. I think for now that's all I can really say. So technically I think, oh, that's what I was going to say, I think we're around 2 weeks pregnant since conceiving, but Liv told me that, see, I'm so clueless with all this stuff. Liv told me that you are 2 weeks further along than what the pregnancy test says, because it's kind of mapped out from your period date. I don't really know. So apparently I have got this pregnancy app now, and I put in all the dates, like the day I started my period last month, the date I think we conceived, and they do work it out, and it does say I'm 4 weeks this Saturday, which is crazy. So yeah, that's my updates for now, and I can't believe someone else is about to know. It's just one more reason for it to sink in. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to this next chapter. So it's Saturday 23rd of July. I checked in. I've not seen you on here yet.
You're not?
How you feeling, Daddy?
Not at all.
No, I started this yesterday in the car when I was on my way to dinner, and then you obviously met me at Nan's when we told Nan. How you feeling?
I'm not even nervous. This is more like anticipation. Do you know what I mean? Like this, the suspense.
Yeah, so we're on our way to tell Cass's parents now. We told Nan last night, and I knew that would be Nan's reaction.
She goes, you know, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? Her reaction was better. She's like me, she's got delayed responses. So about 15 minutes when you went downstairs to get food, she came over and she just hugged me so tight and was like, I'm so excited. And that was more probably the reaction people would expect straight away. But I completely forgot to mention as well, I didn't actually tell her I was filming, because she's cut all her face. She fell over yesterday, which the timing wasn't great, but still, she was very happy, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Really happy. So now we're, yeah, telling his parents. We've kind of planned, well, you explain.
So I've got a big family really, but only my mum and dad are gonna know today. Hopefully, they've got big mouths, so yeah, we'll see about that. But so I'm gonna take my dad out for a drink. I mean, they were out last night, so the last thing he probably wants is a beer right now. But I'm gonna take him out, and then we've got a little box here.
Yeah.
I can't talk. Like, well, I say I can talk. I'm not a very good speaker. Like, it will take me ages to get it out, and if I do get it out, it'll just come out like verbal diarrhea.
We just thought it would be quite cute. I don't know what it is between.
Everyone's doing presents, aren't they? Like, we're doing a present for everyone.
Yeah, we've done a lot. We're doing a lot of baby grows. There's going to be a lot of baby grows, but for his dad, I'll show you. But I just thought it would be. I kind of gave him the idea, and I said, "Is there something?" I don't know why, but I feel like your dad would love it if you told him on his own. So I'm not even going to be there. I'm not even going to see his reaction. But I'm gonna. Cass is hopefully going to put his camera up, his phone. So I'll still see it, and I'm going to be at home with his mum, and I'll wait, and then I can catch her up with Nan and everything, and keep her stalled for a little while, and then we'll tell Debbie. But let me show you the box that we've got for Cass's dad. So we got. We flipped it upside down. because otherwise it's too obvious. But we got this Toblerone which says Grandad on the back, so I'm going to leave that like that. I do think this will take him a while to figure it out. And then this is a frame, and when we was in Ibiza we wrote on the sand Baby Strawn 2023. So we did show Nan this picture yesterday and she was like, oh, and I was like, can you read it? She said no, and then I said it says Baby Strawn, and then she was like, oh yeah. I think it's because it's like a bit, but like you said, it's obviously Cass's family name, so they should just recognise it a little bit quicker than Nan maybe. So that's what we've done for him, and then I'll show you his mum's box. So I don't actually know if I mentioned this, but we got a couple bits for Nan and Debbie, Cass's mum, in Ibiza, kind of just to throw them off a little bit at first and be like, oh, I've got you a couple gifts. And I do think it worked really well with Nan because it it really threw her off. So we got them just like little fans which say Ibiza on, and little bracelets. And then because I'm going to go in and see his mum first, I'm going to take these in and I'm going to give them to her, and then Cass is going to bring this in and be like, oh, we had one more gift, still left it in the car.
You have to set a camera up in the house.
Yeah, I will. Just text me when you're on your way. Well, if you want to come in and chat to her first, let me know. But this is, oh, I left the other bracelet in there actually. Let me take that out. So in this one, we've got obviously Baby Grow, and it says, this is really cute actually, how does Nanny and Grandad sound? And then there's a test at the bottom.
I can't believe you're giving my parents a secret urine.
So here goes the next announcement. More and more people are now in. It's currently Wednesday the 3rd of August, and I thought I would just do a little first trimester check-in because I haven't done a clip on here in about a week. I am honestly so clueless when it comes to all this, so I thought I would just document here and there to help potentially future mums, people in the same position as me, maybe people a little bit earlier on, because obviously once this is out there might be someone sitting here right now watching this and thinking, oh my god, I'm 5 weeks and I'm so clueless, I don't know what I should be doing. Because same sis, not loads to update on, but there's a couple things and I think it makes sense to just document it instead of forget. So I've booked in an 8-week scan. I think just because it's my first time doing this, it's first baby, and I know some of my friends have done an 8-week scan, that I think they call it a reassurance scan. I've been listening to a couple of podcasts. I really liked the Is It Normal podcast by Jessie Ware. She had one, Jessie Ware, in her podcast, and she said it's weird because you don't actually see loads in the 8-week scan, and I'm fully aware of that. Like I said, I've had friends that have been to them, but I think when it's your first pregnancy, well, especially for me, it still doesn't feel real. I mean, touch wood, I'll update you on everything, but I haven't really got loads of symptoms yet. Just the same kind of things which in the beginning were tender boobs, cramping here and there, super tired, so tired. I've napped a lot. But yeah, other than that, again, touch wood, there's wood under here. I have not had sickness yet, but again, spoke to friends, a lot of people say it can kick in around 6 weeks, which will be me this weekend, and I'm actually going away tomorrow for 2 weeks. So when I get home, I'll be 8 weeks, and I'm just hoping, I'm probably jinxing this, I'm probably speaking it into existence, but the sickness could kick in, I'm fully aware, but I'll keep you posted. And then one of the first things I did, I feel like I naturally knew this, but a couple of my friends suggested this as well. Talk to your friends, by the way, if you're happy to tell them early on if any of them have kids, because it is really, really helpful. Even though I speak to my nan, a lot has changed since she had kids. Like, we're talking 50 years ago. So even things that she had to do or didn't do, I now have to do. And she's like, oh, it's all changed. It's crazy how often it changes. So check with your friends, family, GP. So I rang my doctors and just said, had a positive pregnancy test. I think all doctors are different. Mine personally didn't actually feel the need to do a blood test. I think if I pushed it a little bit further, they might have, but they said they're more than happy that I've took a few pregnancy tests and they're legit. So they just told me to go on Google and type in where I lived and basically type in early pregnancy referral. And then I think it brought me to the NHS page, and you type in like your location, and you're basically just alerting your local hospitals that you are pregnant, and they will contact you a little bit further down the line. So I think the letter took about 2 weeks for me to get, because obviously most people find out around 4 or 5 weeks that they're pregnant, and they like to see you around 8 to 11 weeks, I think. But I've got that on the 30th, and it's a 2-hour appointment. It could be a little bit longer, could be less, and it's literally to just talk about everything. I think that's when I have my blood test done. They talk about when I book in my 12-week scan, which will only be 2 weeks after that. So that's where I'm at. Not much to update other than I've booked a reassurance 8-week scan, and I've got my midwife appointment at, I think I'll be about 9 weeks, 9 and a bit. So that's the update, and I'm going on holiday tomorrow, so I will keep you posted on how I'm feeling, if I have any other symptoms. I'm feeling good, feeling positive, and I'm actually enjoying it, other than being stupidly tired right now. Right, good morning. It's currently Tuesday the 9th of August. I think deep down I was hoping I wouldn't be doing any updates for the first trimester video whilst I was away, because I think in my head I knew if I was going to do an update, it'd probably be related to a little scare or something, because technically in the 2 weeks while I'm away there would be no reason unless I wanted to update you on symptoms and stuff, which in my head I thought I'll do when I'm home. So yesterday was a little bit of a scare, and I'm sitting in a very serious setting. I'm literally just in the corner of the apartment whilst we're away, but we did end up going to the hospital. So I woke up yesterday morning, and I did go to the toilet a couple of times in the night, but I think when you go to the toilet in the night, I'm not paying much attention, so I don't actually know if it potentially started in the night. But yesterday morning I went to the toilet, so if any of this is too much information, but I feel like I do have to be a little bit descriptive just in case this helps anyone, because I went to the hospital because I feel like I didn't know enough about it. I know everyone's so different, but I will be as open and honest as possible. So I went to the toilet, wiped, and naturally I just looked down and I saw that the tissue was kind of like a milky pink, which straight away I was like, oh my god, blood. So I called my nan, she was in the other room, and she came straight in and was like, obviously she knew I was in the toilet, so I think she straight away was like, oh my god, what's happened? And I was just like, would you say this is blood? And I just showed her, and she was like, well, it's obviously not stark red, it's not bright, but it's definitely not normal. Obviously at this point I'm 6 weeks, 2 days. So the only time I've heard about the blood is like the implantation bleeding, which would have been around, I think, 4 weeks. But at this point I don't know if it could be delayed, whatever. So left it like an hour. I was in my head already at this point, like, oh my god. I already said to myself, do not go on Google, don't wind yourself up. I'm actually really proud of myself, I didn't go on anything. And then I went to the toilet again, there was more, and then Nan went on Google. I did say you can, but please don't tell me if it's anything really bad. And she just said, people are saying it's best to call a doctor just to see, they might say it's nothing. So we took pictures of everything, and just in case a doctor wanted to see. And I did speak to Liv and I spoke to Aisha, just because they've both had kids, and obviously mixed responses. So I was a bit like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? And then I don't know if I was overthinking it, and then I was starting to feel a little bit crampy. So we tried to like carry on with the day as normal. I called a few doctors, and it just basically, to keep this story nice and short, I ended up going to a private doctor out here, and we went to a hospital, but it was not like a big kind of hospital. It was more, they called it a hospital, but it was more like a doctor's surgery. And I was really lucky to go in and find a gynecologist. I had to wait all day, which is fine. I just kind of wasn't really myself yesterday. And part of me thought, should I get the camera out and kind of document this, make it more vlog style instead of all this sitting down and make it really formal? But I'm going to be honest, I was a bit teary yesterday, and I just didn't. I think in the back of my head as well, I was like, I wish Cass was here, because I think I knew deep down I was going to have a scan, which of course I wanted to happen because that's what's necessary, but also I wanted that to be my first scan with him. But I FaceTimed him after and explained everything. So we got told to come in to the hospital at 5 p.m. and see the gynecologist. So I went through, had a little chat with him. His English wasn't great, but he tried his best and I understood most of it. And he said, we're going to do a transvaginal ultrasound. I think I knew this anyway, but before 10 weeks it's really hard to see what's going on just by doing an ultrasound on the stomach. So I had to go inside, which is my first time doing that, which is, you just have to, yeah. If you're shy, you can't be, to be honest. Had my first scan. So I'm pretty sure by this, obviously his English wasn't amazing. I think I'm measuring at 6 weeks 1 day. So I'm just 1 day out than what I thought. And the pictures are crazy. It's the maddest thing. Oh, you can see. I was gonna say I'll insert a picture if not. But as soon as it popped on the screen, I feel weird saying it, but as in like this, I don't know all the terminology, but the sac, is it the sac? That circle, I was like, oh my god, like it feels real now. And we got to see the heartbeat. Nan's here now, just documenting it. So that is the heartbeat there. And anything you want to say?
No, it was fabulous. Just to see.
Yeah, so Nan got to come in with me. I don't know if I'm about to turn it around properly.
What a day yesterday. Going to the hospital, listening to the heartbeat was amazing. It makes it seem so real.
Yeah, because I kept saying literally like 2 days before, touch wood, but I actually hadn't had many symptoms. I hadn't had any a couple of days ago, had I?
No.
So I just kept saying it's so weird buying little plastic sticks. I know obviously it's science, but just trusting a little stick and not hearing it from a doctor is like you could, I don't know, I just felt like it didn't feel real until we saw this yesterday. But then obviously straight away as soon as I come out I rang Cass and he was really excited, wasn't he?
Yeah, very excited.
And now we've got all that to come. But the doctor said to me, oh, missed out the best bit, I'm not allowed to exercise anymore and I must rest. So obviously from that, I don't know if because his English wasn't great that he couldn't tell me more than what he wanted to tell me. But he just said, everything's fine, but you need to just basically go home and rest. Because I explained to him that I'd been running and swimming and exercising, kind of living normal. But I don't know if that's the case for many people. But I did speak to Cass's mum last night and she said she was told the same in her pregnancy. So I don't think it's uncommon. You never got told that, did you?
No, never. But I suppose that's because once you've got a little scare come on, it's best to sort of be a lot more cautious.
Yeah.
And careful.
So that's the update. A bit of a scare, but... Oh, and today I've gone to the toilet again. There was a little bit more blood, but not now. I've been again and there was nothing.
Nothing.
So I'm hoping... But you read online that it can last for 24 hours and it can be normal. Because obviously, again, we didn't get much information from the doctor because he couldn't explain it properly. He was trying, bless him. But all we got was... He smiled when it was on the screen, so it seemed reassuring.
Yeah, he seemed okay. I mean, the heartbeat, nothing can be more real than that, can it? Fabulous.
It was good.
Really good.
And then Cass gets to see all that next week. but we filled him in on FaceTime, and I wish I'd recorded but I just wasn't in the right headspace yesterday. I didn't even think to get the camera out in there, did you?
No, not really.
Just because it was more just panic mode. When I was laying there, the assistant was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah."
Okay, Sydney, I can see your baby and I can see her heartbeat. If you mind making a fist with your both hands, you lift your bottom up and just support it under. So you might see baby on the screen. Feeling better now?
Yeah, I was nervous. I don't know if you could tell.
Okay. So this ring structure here, can you see, is the yolk sac.
Okay.
The yolk sac is the one feeding the baby at the moment.
So everything looks
It looks as I should expect it to be.
Panic.
Okay. Do you have any question for me?
It's currently Monday 22nd of August. We're gonna backtrack. We're gonna backtrack to Friday. We have already tried to film this clip, run out of storage. The camera was not playing ball. So on Friday the 19th
Of
August, where did we go?
it's a window to the womb. In Hitchin. Right hands.
Yeah, we went to Window to the Womb. They kindly let us come and have a what was it called, a viability scan. This was originally going to be our first scan. Obviously you would have known from the previous clips. I went to have a scan. I'd say that was more a reassurance scan whilst I was away. So then we went back, this was booked anyway, to Window to the Womb, which I can't recommend enough if you want to check them out. They did let us have the scan gifted and they've invited us back for the gender. But do you want to talk through what happened while I eat?
So we got there, it was like the last appointment, right? So we got there, we went for some food, settled the nerves, you were nervous, like real nervous. And to be fair, I've actually never really seen you like actually nervous until then. Like really and truly, like when have you been nervous?
Yeah, I guess not. But I think only because of the bleeding the week before.
But yeah, we get there. They see. Well, I said this in the last clip, but I didn't expect it to be as clinical as it was. Like it's actually like a hospital, really, or at least like a doctor's.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all like that, but the one in particular we went to.
Yeah. Anyway, we walked in, and then there's this bed. There's this chair, facing outwards. Little lady sitting there with her scanner and a computer screen, and yeah, she sat down. Well, you told them that they asked if you'd been for a scan before, and you explained the situation. I said I've been before this reason, blah blah. So then they were like, okay, well we're gonna have a look, but we're not gonna show you the screen straight away, which added to the attention, I guess.
That's scary. But it's quite quick.
Yeah, within like 10-15 seconds, she was like, no, everything's fine. Started showing all of like the, what do you call it?
Baby?
No. First she showed like the ovaries and.
Oh yeah.
She was
so
like,
it was really thorough. If you want to go.
She was giving it a wiggle up there and just going to the left, finding things over there.
Which Cass didn't actually realise, which to be fair might not be common knowledge. I don't even think I knew actually until when I booked it I read the terms and conditions, but if you go for a scan before 10 weeks, most of the time they will do a transvaginal ultrasound, which obviously means they go in you, and once you're past 10 weeks they can do the normal belly scan. But Cass was very convinced that it was going to be belly, weren't you?
Well, I've never seen any other, well I wouldn't have seen any other scan, but yeah.
And when we left he was just like, every so often was like, oh my god, she's just shoving that thing up you.
No, because you could see her like angling her hand and she'd like move it around, but she would have to like find it, so I could see that she was just doing this, like look at the screen and then like
Taking it around.
because really it's probably like on the screen it was showing left, do you know what I mean? It's probably opposite, so like probably it's not even that easy for her to like navigate.
But they're very thorough there. They kind of give you the tour. I mean, we've not been to an NHS scan yet. I'm only comparing it to the scan I had last week and the little pieces I've seen on YouTube videos and stuff like that. But she told us that it looked like the baby had come from the right ovary. And is that pretty much everything? We have a picture, which nice to have an updated photo. I will put it on the screen because I did label a picture because we've shown a few people this picture and everyone looks at it the same, like which way do you hold it? So I'll put it on the screen now. This week is the first week I felt pretty sick, but touch wood, not gonna moan too much.
I think I'm getting symptoms as well. I feel really tired this week.
Are you winding me up?
No, I swear your nan said that men can like bypass symptoms as well. Because your nan said that.
I think she's winding you up. Check in next time we have news, which...
And we got a midwife appointment in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess that will be the next update. And then it'll be the 12-week scan, and then that's pretty much first trimester, how mad. Then we've got 2 more to go. And then a baby.
And then you've got a gender reveal.
Oh, and we're moving in the middle of that.
I couldn't sleep last night only because I slept earlier. And I was thinking, I'm not going to have my last birthday. I went to Manchester for my birthday. That was my last birthday, not as a dad. Really and truly. Like, because you're going to be so heavily pregnant. And you're not going to have, you're not going to have a birthday. It's mad though, you think of it like that.
I know.
Like one more Christmas alone.
This is our last Christmas, yeah.
You didn't have a Christmas here though, did you? Or did you?
No.
Why? Like you said it no, didn't you? No, oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got my maternity pack. The pack everyone was telling me about, that I need to try and keep everything in place and not lose. So I had my midwife appointment, my first one this week. We are currently week 10. I'm still not sure what date to follow off, whether I should follow off the date that kind of lines up with my period or the measurements from the private scan that I had last. But I think when I've had the 12-week scan, I will base it off them dates. Just had blood tests done the other day. The appointment, for those of you that have no idea, a bit like me, it was probably around an hour and a half. That included going into a different part of the hospital that I was in and getting my bloods done, like I said. But yeah, this one was mainly sitting in the waiting room for a little while, filling out many pages of documents about my health, background, upbringing, and also stuff for Cass. And it was just my chance to ask questions, because obviously this is the first time I've spoke to a midwife. But that's my update for this week. There's not much else to say. I actually feel fine. I was a little bit unwell at the weekend, but with a cold, and it kind of masked my nausea, which, to be honest, I can't complain. Touch wood, I haven't actually been sick. I feel very lucky, and my skin's breaking out a little bit, but I can't complain. It's nothing awful, but I don't really get bad skin, but I'm feeling like I'm getting a bit spotty on my chest and my chin and my neck. So that is pretty much the updates for now, and I've pretty much told all friends and family. And then how crazy we are, literally, I'm pretty sure your first trimester finishes in 13 weeks, right? So we're literally nearly done with this video, which is crazy. But obviously it's not the most exciting. It's more me just documenting doing this as a first time mum and just going to all these appointments for the first time. And I feel like I would have loved to have watched a video like this. I did try and find ones where people documented everything. I understand it's not something that's in the forefront of people's minds to be like, oh my god, let me get the camera out, let me get the camera out. I watched quite a few people's where they discuss their first trimester and they just sit down and they talk through everything. But I'm one of them people, I like to watch when there's something going on. I mean, I know I've sat down in like one position and discussed most things, but everything's really fresh in my mind. So we just come out of our 12-week scan and we just got these pictures. Oh my god!
You didn't print any more.
Actually, do you want
to? Well,
we'll just photocopy them.
They fade over time anyway.
They what?
It says on that thing somewhere they fade over time in heat.
Yeah, if you leave them in the sun, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
So we'll photograph and like print them out ourselves. This is so weird. So our baby's very wriggly. He kept jumping around in it. So we was in there for about 20-30 minutes.
No, longer. Yeah, about that, yeah.
As in the scan bit.
Yeah, it felt long.
But we obviously got to watch the screen the whole time, and we don't have I don't think we've got a chilled baby. I think we've got a
it's only so small though, so think about how much space there is.
But we literally had it on the screen and she was like, oh, it's done a backflip. So then I had to like lift my hips up and do a little wiggle, which I have seen people do, but I see them do that later on when they're trying to see the face and stuff. But it's just the weirdest thing. Like, I was so nervous today, but all is good. We've got a more accurate due date, and we feel like we might actually announce today, which I never thought I would do on the day. And Cass is only just telling some of his friends. But anyway, I will talk to you guys when we are back. Hi guys, I'm currently at Nan's, and I said I was about to film a clip, and since then she's making so much noise making a coffee behind the camera. But she just made me a bowl of cappuccino. This is the end of the video, so I'm adding this clip in. I'm not even in the first trimester anymore, but I wanted to wrap this and just update you and give a little tiny summary, not make it too long, because this video is... I said, are you done with making noise? And you said, yeah.
It's finished now, does it still?
Okay. But anyways, today is the 5th of October, and as you're watching this, we're currently moving. We're in the middle of moving. We've got the keys to a new place, so the moving vlogs are coming. A few people messaged me saying, are there going to be some normal vlogs soon? Absolutely. This weekend there should be a moving vlog. But yeah, end of first trimester. It flew by in the end. The first 4 to 6 weeks were super slow, then it went really quick. Since the last clip, we did have one more scan. We changed hospitals just for personal reasons, and also because we were moving, so the hospital we've changed to is a tiny bit closer. So we got a bonus scan, which is fun, and I'll show you the picture here. So here's the last pic that we got. I just feel like the scans we have are so clear. I genuinely don't think I've seen people have scans this clear. Nan, have you seen scans this clear before?
No.
Maybe I've got a really clear womb. I'm currently 15 weeks. So yeah, we're second trimester, and I actually haven't vlogged anything for it yet, but it's okay because I've got a midwife appointment tomorrow, so I'm going to start properly tomorrow, and there's scans booked in, gender stuff sorted. We don't know the gender yet, by the way. And yeah, just to summarise, didn't have any sickness, had, I'd say, 3 weeks on and off of just feeling a little bit nauseous, but as soon as I ate, that kind of covered it. What else? I've been very tired, haven't I? I'd say I've been a little bit moody, but not too bad. Off my food, so bad. That's my main thing. Everyone's like, oh, do you have cravings? I'm gutted that I've not had any cravings, because I thought it'd be really nice to be like, oh, random, I really fancy a bowl of olives or something like that. But no, if anything, I'm just being a massive pain. Someone might say to me, do you want to go for dinner tonight? And I sit there and I'm like, all my favourite foods I just don't fancy, I just don't want any of them. Or I go to my favourite restaurant and read the menu and it's like the menu's blank. It's the weirdest thing. Overall, I feel like I've had a really smooth ride so far, touch wood. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this here. I think I've said everything that I needed to. I can't think. If I remember anything, I'll put it in the comments or I'll add it in my next video. But if you have any questions, please leave them down below. And yeah, I wish Cass was in this last clip to round it up. But he is currently doing all the hard work because I can't lift much at the moment. Can't lift heavy boxes, so that's what he's doing. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to check out Skin and Me as well and use my discount code. I'll link everything in the description box. I feel like there's more I need to say, but I literally can't think. That is it. That is it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.